They drove to a hotel his family owned, wanting privacy to talk. He confided in her that he wasn't close to his mother because he barely saw her and that he wouldn't let her interfere in his life. She was surprised he was telling her all of this. He explained that she was everything to him and it was only natural to share things like this with her. Then, as they watched the stars together, he moved closer, almost hugging her, and asked if she had thought about her feelings for him. She still felt unsure, wondering why he would choose her out of all the other girls, as she felt ordinary and lacked any special talents. He smiled and said, "Maybe you're just one of a kind in my eyes." She blushed at his silly comment and hesitated to give him her gift. Finally, she gathered the courage and presented it, a box of homemade pastries shaped to match his various moods, like when he was angry or happy. He said he would have been even happier if she'd given it to him sooner. She still felt it was a simple gift, but to him, it held far more meaning. Later, Dao Ming's mother showed up at her family's home, offering them 5 million yuan to make her leave him. Her mother was outraged and refused to let someone come in and try to buy her daughter's love. Her father intervened, saying it was rude to treat a guest that way, but he jokingly threatened to throw water on her as well, so Dao Ming's mother left feeling frustrated. However, she wasn't done yet. She decided to teach her a lesson she wouldn't forget. She dragged herself to the bathroom and asked her son to attend a proposal to a rich, beautiful girl, hoping he would realize he could do better. But even the girl was hesitant about the marriage. At that moment, Shan Cai walked in to serve food. Dao Ming's mother had planned this to humiliate her. However, the girl Xiaoju rejected the proposal herself and walked out. Dao Ming followed, but in his confusion, he accidentally grabbed Xiaoju instead of Shan Cai and rushed her out of the room. Once outside, he turned to see her and exclaimed, "Who are you? You're the one who dragged me out here." Then, she playfully grabbed him and bit his ear. The next day, Shan Cai went to congratulate him on his engagement, calling him immature for claiming to love her and then choosing a wealthy girl. He couldn't explain himself and just watched her leave. Outside, she ran into Xiaoju, who admitted she didn't want to marry him either, but after what he did, she started to like him. Relationships that began with a bit of hate. Just then, Dao Ming showed up, clearly annoyed, and wanted to argue with her about biting him the day before. But Xiaoju said, "I'm interested in you now, so get ready, we're getting married soon." Then, Xiaoju grabbed Shan Cai for coffee. Her real intention was to propose a plan. Since she was intrigued by Dao Ming but still unsure of him, she asked Shan Cai to help her test him. She suggested that Shan Cai try to attract him to see if he was truly faithful. If he didn't fall for it, then it meant he really loved Shan Cai. But if he did, they would both leave him, seeing him as fickle and easily swayed by any girl. Since his relationship with Shan Cai started with hatred and turned into love, it could easily happen again with Xiaoju if their relationship began with dislike. Later, Shan Cai told Dao Ming she'd met with Xiaoju and found her to be smart, sincere, and beautiful. She admitted that maybe his mother was right in choosing her as a match, and that he should be happy if he promised her. Dao Ming felt anxious because it seemed like Shan Cai wasn't interested in him anymore, and he walked away, hurt. A few days later, Xiaoju met Shan Cai with a huge grin and hugged her, announcing, "Dao Ming agreed to date me." She asked Shan Cai if she thought he would forget her so quickly, and if Xiaoju could really replace her. She was happy since she liked him and forgot about her agreement with our girl. "But it's no big deal. Our girl will remain strong. Nothing can shake her." Even his friends were surprised at how calm she was. But what could she do? Surely she wouldn't beg him to come back to her. What was frustrating, though, was how Xiaoji would come to her every day, sharing stories about her time with him. I mean, the girl wasn't obligated to listen to their adventures. Our girl would share all of this with Zhuzi, who couldn't believe how Xiaoji could talk about their relationship, knowing she was his ex. One day, she saw them passing by, arguing. She was about to leave, but overheard Dao Enji telling him, "Kiss her if you really want to prove you don't love Shan Cai anymore and have moved on." She stopped to listen, hoping he wouldn't do it, but he kissed her. Later, while sitting with Zhuzi in a cafe, Dao Enji walked in with Xiaoji. Our girl dragged Zhuzi to sit with them. As usual, Xiaoji wouldn't stop talking about their relationship, and he scolded her to make her stop, then told them about a resort in the mountains, owned by her family, and invited them to join her there. Our girl refused, but Zhuzi accidentally agreed, so she ended up going. While they were there, Zuzi got up to do something, so our girl asked Dao Anji, is this the same guy she said was dumb and quiet, but that she loves anyway? He confirmed, yeah, she's always loved him. Then, Xiaoji dragged her into the sauna, where she wouldn't stop rambling. She went on and on. Poor Chancy didn't understand why Xiaoji was so obsessed with him until she passed out. When she fainted, our girl screamed for Dao Anji, telling him Xiaoji had passed out in the bathroom while undressed. By the time she got out, Zuzi had already carried her to her room. When Xiaoji woke up, she asked him how he brought her there while she was naked. Of course, he told her he had dressed her. What else would he do? She told him, I wish we hadn't come here. Why do I have to hear about their relationship all the time? He told her, you can go break down his door if you want. Meanwhile, Dao Anji was frustrated from the fact that she was so upset with him. Dao Anji said, so upset with him. Meanwhile, Dao Anji was frustrated from overthinking. Xiaoji told him she wanted to live with him in his house, but he refused. She said it didn't matter, then pulled him into bed. He made her get dressed and told her it wasn't appropriate. She threw a tantrum, stomping and crying because he wouldn't give her a chance. Our girl overheard and thought he was forcing Xiaoji into something. But when she entered the room, she found him lying on the floor with Xiaoji on top of him. She quickly left, regretting coming there in the first place. The next day, she stood there cursing her luck after hearing that they had spent the night together. She asked Xiaoji to turn his back so she could lean on him. She wanted to cry without anyone seeing. When she returned home, her family was packing to return to their village, where they planned to work and pay off their debt. Afterward, Xiaoji showed up again, because what else is new? But this time, she came to say that nothing had happened between them the night before. She decided to break up with him, realizing he didn't love her at all. She asked our girl to stay friends with her because she genuinely liked her and hoped she and Juzi would get back together and live happily. Before leaving, Xiaoji told her, do you know why I broke up with him? Because he said the only person he thinks about is you. Even Juzi went to his mother to tell her he was leaving Xiaoji because he loved Shan Cai. It turned into a huge argument that didn't end. Meanwhile, our girl had invited all her friends over. They told her, you know who's missing? Dao and Ji. But she replied, the house is small. I don't need extra people. Then, the extra guests showed up, interrupting their gathering. She accused her of being a hypocrite and trying to keep her son away from Xiaoji, insulting her and her family. But our girl couldn't hold it in anymore and said, what? Is it just you and your son in this world? You only measure people by money and looks. Let me tell you, sophistication has never been about wealth. It's people like you with shallow minds who set these values. Now get out without saying another word. Everyone applauded her for standing up for her. She said, I don't need extra people.